And welcome back to the Spirited Shop. I am the Spirited Maker, and today we're going to talk about the MC-60 motor controller that you salvage from treadmills. Almost everyone I've salvaged has this exact same MC-60 motor controller, and it lets you control these multi-horsepower DC motors. I'm going to talk about what you need to get off of these treadmills when you salvage them and how you hook them up. Everything you need to get off of them, and you may have to get a part or two separate because not every treadmill has everything the exact same, but we'll get into that. So stick with me. We'll go over the parts and how to hook them up. The very first thing you're going to want to get off of the treadmill is the MC-60 controller. Usually somewhere on it, it will have MC-60 or on the board itself. Each vendor has a different location of the marking, but they're all typically the same. They look just like this. And as you can see, here's another one. It has the exact same look from two completely different treadmills, but they all have the same MC-60 controller. Or at least for a long time they did. I don't know about modern ones, but the ones I get on the side of the road when I'm scrapping, they all have the MC-60. So let's look at it closer. As you can see, you have the motor hookup over here, and it has red and black, positive and negative. You also have the power input where you get from the wall, and we'll discuss how to hook that up correctly. And finally over here you have a 3-pin or 3 prongs that use a potentiometer so you can control the speed of the motor. And this might be the part you have to buy from Amazon. We'll talk about that. So that's the MC-60 controller and what it looks like. Be sure to get that off of the treadmill because that's the thing that controls these multi-horsepower DC motors. These are some strong motors, so you can use them in all kind of projects. Okay, the next thing you're going to get off of the treadmill definitely is the motor. A permanent magnet DC motor. They're usually 1.5 to 2.5 horsepower. So this one here is 2 horsepower. So they're pretty strong motors that you get off of them. And coming off the back of them, you'll always have these 4 wires. The black and red are the positive and negative for the motor, DC motor. This is how you power it. And it also has 2 blue wires. And this is where your hot wire comes in and hooks up and then goes back out to the controller board. I'm not too sure what it does in there, but all I know is they always run through the motor. So that's one. Here's another one that I have. This one's 1.5 horsepower, but it also has the exact same 4 wires. 2 blue and the black and red. So be sure to get this and try and keep the ends on the wires if you can. It makes it easier to hook up. That's the DC motor. The next thing you want to get off of the treadmill is the induction choke coil. It looks like a transformer, but it's not. It really just smooths out the operation of the DC motor when forces are applied to it. It goes in line between the motor and the MC-60 controller. So be sure to get this off of the treadmill. You'll see it. That's one. Here's another one over here. Slightly bigger looking. But same thing. just goes in line between the motor and the controller. Be sure to get the induction coil. I'm pretty sure it'll work without it, but this just smooths it down, smooths the operation out. So I always get those. The next thing you're going to need is potentiometers. I usually use a 5 or 10K. Now some treadmills have them, the older, really older ones will, but a lot of them these days have a digital replacement. So I like to get potentiometers from Amazon. I just get a variety pack for like $12, and you'll have your controller that's easier to mount into small places, and it's well worth getting in order to control the motor with just a simple little knob. Now you can still use the big board that comes with the treadmill, but that's up to you. I prefer a simple potentiometer to control the speed. And so we're going to use one I got from Amazon. Okay, the last thing you're going to need from the salvage of the treadmill, if it has it, is the power cord. I am just using a simple extension cord that I cut the ends off and marked a hot one with a black marker, and the neutral just left it blank. The hot lead off of the plug is always the thinner one, and the fat one is the neutral. So I just marked the hot lead with a black marker. But you'll need a power supply. That's the last thing you're going to need. And now we're going to get to hooking it up, and I'll show you that it works pretty good. All right, let's get to hooking it up. Let's start with the easier things. Motor. The red comes off of the motor itself and plugs directly into the red position on the MC-60 itself. So that's the easiest one. And next we have the black wire off the motor, and that is going to run through the induction choke. So if you kept the wires on, one of them will fit in. You see you have a male and a female on the induction choke. The motor wire will fit directly into one of them, and it can only go one way. So we're going to hook that up to the induction choke, and then the induction choke goes to the MC-60 controller on the motor negative. So now we have the motor itself hooked up. We will now hook up, mind you, it's not live at the moment, it's not plugged in, but we're going to hook it up, the power from the AC outlet. So the black wire, which is the hot wire, goes into the blue wire that is the male on the motor itself. See how I put this connector on it? So it goes to the flat blade here, and then the flat blade itself goes to the blue on the MC-60 controller. So, and then the other wire off of the AC cord goes directly to the white on the MC-60 controller. So now we have the AC power hooked up. We only have to hook up one more thing, and that is the potentiometer. So I have one I hooked wires up to make it easier. The middle wire will always go to the middle leg, the white leg. So I'm gonna hook that up first. Now you have a red and a black that comes off of the potentiometer itself. On this one, the red is red, and they flip the black and the yellow. So the black one is white on this one. So it's usually red, white, black. And the ones that don't have it will also be red, white, black. So I am going to hook up the black and the red, and our potentiometer is now hooked up. The induction choke is hooked up. The motor itself is hooked up. The power from the wall outlet is hooked up. So I'm going to plug it in and we're going to test it. This is really all you have to do. Give me a second to plug it in. Alright, it is hooked up, and as you can see, they usually have indicator lights that there is power. This is no joke at this point. This is live wires. Do not touch anything but your potentiometer. Stay safe. Dangerous. But let's test it out. I'll put a little duct tape on here to see that it's turning. So I'm going to turn the potentiometer a little. It's going pretty slow. Ramp it all the way up. Got full speed control. And there we have it. That is how you hook up an MC-60 controller. Like I said, be safe when you're doing this. You don't want to touch anything at this point when it's live. Danger, danger, danger. That's the 5 things you need to salvage from a treadmill. The controller, the motor, the induction choke, the potentiometer if it has it. If not, you have to provide one. And then a power supply. With this, you can use it in all kind of projects. You want to make your own lathe or your own mill. It's a good application for it. Or anything else, it's up to you. Plenty of uses for these motors. They're strong, and if you see an old treadmill on the side of the road, they're free. So be on the lookout for them. Anyway, I want to give everyone that watched this video a big old thanks. Thumbs up. Please like, share, and subscribe and all that YouTube stuff. And I appreciate your time. As always, my friends, God bless, and I'll see you next time.